Let us do a quick recap on the market structure. What we have seen is there are 4 different types of structure: perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly and monopoly. Monopoly is one extreme where you have only single firm. Perfect competition is another extreme when you have many firm, and these two are in between. We will see in detail monopoly and the perfect competition. Low entry barrier in perfect competition, very high entry barrier. Okay, there are very good substitute of the products are available, there is no good substitute. Okay, competition is determined only on the basis of price. Okay, here competition is not there, but companies they do advertise. The pricing power is not there in perfect competition. The pricing power of the firm is very high in the perfect competition, right? And then we saw that in a perfect competition the elasticity is perfectly elastic of the demand, right? And then this is the price. So this is your demand curve, this is a price. So company's price is equal to the marginal revenue is equal to the average revenue. You can sell as much quantity as long as you are selling at the price level P, right? So this type of firms are called as your price taker firm. So this is a marginal cost, this is a quantity they will produce. So this is a marginal cost. So when they will produce what quantity? Quantity is when the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost. Here in this case the marginal revenue is the price, so you will produce till your price is equal to the marginal cost. Then we saw in the short run the perfect competition, it can generate economic profit when there are few firms. Okay, the price is much higher, you can generate economic profit. But in the long run what will happen is the number of players will increase and the price will go down and you will start making zero economic profit. So you will see that the price will go down and you can start making zero economic profit. It can also happen that because of the number of firms increasing, the price can reduce further and you may start making economic loss. So you are making economic loss when the price falls much below your average total cost. But now what we need to understand is whether you should produce or not. See, the producing decision, it will depend on whether the price is above AVC, average variable cost, or if it is below the average variable cost. So what we are saying is, okay, if the price is below average variable cost, that means I am not able to meet by variable cost, I will supply zero quantity. Okay, right? If my price is between P1 and P2, I will supply in the short run. Okay, but I will supply in the long run only if my price is above or equal to ATC. If your price is equal to P2 or greater than P2, in long run you will supply. Okay, so supply will happen. If the price is between P2 and P1, in the short run supply will happen, long run no supply. Okay, if the price is less than P1, in the short run no supply. That is the idea. When the demand increases, what happens in the short run? The price increases, the company is able to earn economic profit. But what will happen is further new firms will enter into the industry and then the supply will also increase and the price will come back to the original price level, and then there will be no economic profit. So in a perfect competition, there is no economic profit to be made in the long run. In the short run, you can make some economic profit. Let us see the monopoly. In the monopoly, we are saying that there are two strategies: single price or price discrimination. Price discrimination you will work when you want to increase your profit. Okay. Also, in case of price discrimination, the deadweight loss will reduce. Single price, it brings the concept of deadweight loss, that is in the economy there is a deadweight loss. So this is a single price. Till what quantity you will produce? You will produce when your marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. Note that this is your demand curve, this is your marginal revenue curve, right? So this is a quantity you will produce when your marginal revenue equal to the marginal cost. You are not worried about whether the price is equal to the marginal cost or not, right? So the cost will be charged from the average total cost curve. So this is your average total cost. Okay, the price will be charged from the demand curve. The company makes some profit, economic profit. It is a monopoly profit. But note that it brings your deadweight loss in the economy, right? So it brings inefficiency because the quantity produced is not large. So think example of railways. The quantity they are producing is lower than what is being demanded by the customer, right? So this way the deadweight loss is there, but they can reduce the deadweight loss by going for the price discrimination. That is, they will supply to the customer the price at which they are willing to buy. The price discrimination, it increases the efficiency, it increases monopolist profit, it decreases the deadweight loss. The firm is able to produce more quantity, right? Perfect price discrimination is very difficult. It will charge each customer the price they are willing to pay. There is no deadweight loss, okay, but there is no consumer surplus also. Entire profit is being captured by the supplier, right? Now in case of monopoly versus the perfect competition, we see that perfect competition, the prices are lower than the monopoly, quantity produced are higher than the monopoly. So from the economy point of view, perfect competition is better, right? But from the firm's point of view, monopoly is better, right? But why there are monopolies allowed? There can be a case of natural monopoly. In natural monopoly, quantity if it increases, the average cost it reduces. So there is a concept of economy of scale, right? So the government allows the monopoly, but with some regulation. The government says that you can charge the price which is as per the average cost. So the price is not going to be a greater than the average cost. So in this case of average cost pricing, the economic profit is zero, but the monopoly will make normal profit. Or the government can ask them to put marginal cost pricing. Note that in case of marginal cost pricing, the price is below your average cost, average total cost. So what happens is the monopoly suffers from the economic loss. So the government has to provide subsidy to the monopoly. So this is an example, okay. So this is your price monopoly, this is the price as per the average cost. So what we have is, we are taking simple as of now, let's say marginal cost is constant, this is a demand curve, this is a quantity as per the marginal cost. This is your demand curve, this is the marginal revenue, okay, this is the marginal revenue and this is the marginal cost. Earlier this was the quantity that was produced, the price was very high, okay. But as per the average cost pricing, what the government says is, where the marginal cost it meets the average cost, right? So average total cost. So first is where the average cost pricing is where your marginal revenue is equal to your average cost. So that was you will be produced. So that is your average cost pricing. So the government will say that you will be charged as per the average cost pricing. So note that average cost pricing, you will have no economic profit, no economic loss, okay. But in your marginal cost pricing, that is a problem. See, this is your marginal cost. The government is saying that where the demand curve is meeting the marginal cost, you should price that. So the price is much lower. So this is the subsidy that is required, right? So that is the idea. So this is a recap. It is completing the recap.